We're live.
You're listening to Voices from the Hall, a podcast dedicated to keeping our membership informed, engaged, and connected. Here, we bring real conversations about the local's business, member concerns, and the future we're building together. Let's get into it.
Let's.
Yeah. Let's get started, huh?
Well, you want to do the housekeeping portion of this?
No, that was actually yours to do.
Was that mine? Okay. All right. Well, that's what we're going to do then.
Yeah.
So this is obviously a new thing to us. We've been talking about doing a podcast for quite some time, and we finally got the equipment. We finally got a good format. At least we think we do. Trust me, we're not professionals, and we've never even played one on TV at this point.
No,
So,
we're 100% learning as we go.
yep. So be critical, just not too critical. So before we jump into this, we want to kind of lay out what this is all about. So we want to reach out to the membership. We want to talk to people in a different format, right? Because everybody can't make it to a union meeting. So the idea here is we're going to reach out to you. We're going to basically have different guests every time we do one of these, which theoretically we're going to try and do it every 2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
Depending, or if we have a special event, obviously we'll
Kind of like what we're doing here.
yeah, exactly. Because later on we're going to have a couple of the apprentices. So back up, we're down at the apprenticeship competition in Portland today, and later today a couple of our members that are participating in the competition are going to come in and we're going to interview them
Live from the field.
Exactly. We're going to see how it went and how what their experience was like. Kind of help promote the competition too. So that's part of it. But the idea is we want to reach out. We want to have just a spitball conversation. I'll have different people every time we do this to so you can meet the team or special guests, whoever it may be. But today I've got my brother Kevin Thomas with me.
Boom.
So we're gonna do this stuff, right? We're
All
gonna
right.
figure it out. So we don't have any major projects coming, but we have been sending a lot of people down to Idaho. Boise's got a big project that we've sent 22, and we've got another 20 ready to go down there. So there's options about that.
Some of you may have seen the text blast going out.
Yeah, and if you do have any desire to travel, we've also got potential work up in 23 in Alaska. So there's some work to be done up there this summer, quite a bit. So traveling may be an option. Just get a hold of myself or one of our reps, and we can point you in the right direction for that. So,
And they also said that there's another major project coming up in Wyoming too that will need a lot of sheet metal workers coming up. So there is a lot of opportunity for traveling coming up.
yeah, I mean, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of work in our area, but there's a lot of work out there, and the idea is we're trying to work together as the Northwest Regional Council to keep our members employed at least one of our local council unions. So we actually have a new job bank set up specifically for the council. That's something that Devin rolled out, and I think they're getting it all dialed up now, so we can keep our council members first when we're trying to man these jobs.
All right, so that's the big picture. Let's bring it a little closer to home.
All right.
Let's talk about the work side.
Talk about the work side.
We have any ongoing negotiations?
Yep,
Actually, that's me.
Yeah, that is a question for you because you are in negotiations, and honestly, Taylor is also negotiating at Spinfinity too.
Yeah. Luckily, fortunately, we were able to wrap up those negotiations last week when we ratified the contract over at Gensco. We were able to get them a 3-year contract with a 3.25 raise over those 3 years. So it was like any other negotiations. It went back and forth, but in the end, we got a favorable result out of it. So Taylor is going through negotiations at Spinfinity, kind of a similar one over at production. And I guess it'd be a good time to explain why we don't give a lot of detail about negotiations while we're in negotiations.
Yeah, I mean that's something everybody wants to know what's going on when you are in the deep negotiations, and the reason why we can't share any information, part of it is it's an agreement between the two teams that are negotiating that things don't get out there because they can get blown out of proportion and they can affect the negotiations. The other thing is we don't want to talk about it because we have a strategy and we have certain chess uh, pieces that we're going to play, and we can't divulge what those are. What it does is it hampers our negotiating ability, and it actually tips our hand. So the reason why we're so secretive about it is because we have a plan that we're trying to put in place. And if you're playing poker or you're playing chess, you're not going to show your hand to the other team. So that's basically what it is. And I know it's frustrating for the membership to not know, but trust me, we're in there to get the best deal we can get for the membership. So that's always our goal.
Yeah, we ultimately it just weakens your bargaining position.
Yep.
We try not to do that.
So CBAs, PLAs, and that should be CWA.
I changed it on mine, and I did not change it on yours. I apologize.
That's all right. That's all right.
So we do have some of those going on right now.
Yeah, actually, I signed 3 different PLAs for work going on out on Fort Lewis McCord.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of nice to see those. So a PLA is a project labor agreement, and what it does is it basically lays out all the ground rules for the job. The work is assigned to the craft that is going to do the work. There's no fighting. There's no work stoppage. Everything is coordinated ahead of time. So.
And PLAs are job site specific.
Yes, well, they are project. They're project specific.
Projects.
Right? So,
specific.
So what it does is it applies certain things that we like to see, such as the apprenticeship utilization standards. Right. It what it really does is makes it to where only good quality contractors that are going to play by the rules bid on these jobs, because it holds their feet to the fire with the labor standards, the apprenticeship standards, and all the other stuff. So what it does is it kind of blocks out the bad actors or makes them play by the rules. So
high road contractor language.
Yep. And so the nice thing about these is we don't have to have any fighting about whose work is what on the jobs. There's no jurisdictional battles because all of that is laid out in the beginning. So what that does is that makes it actually better for the building owner or the whoever's doing the project, because it's going to be done on time or ahead of schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to several people that advocate for the PLAs after they have done a project with them because they do run so smooth, and some of them come in under budget. They're people complain about unions being too expensive. Well, no, we're good enough at our job, and we work together with other union trades. We can actually bring it in better
under budget.
Yep.
A safer job site, less accidents.
Under budget, on time.
It hits every marker.
Yeah,
they really do. And
yep.
I've actually spoken with a few general contractors that said the same thing. They prefer to do projects under project labor agreements for those reasons.
Less headache.
Yeah.
And you basically are filtering out the bad actors.
Yep.
So
good stuff.
Yep. And also we've working on some of the local municipalities on a community workforce agreement, CWAs, right? And so what those will do, they'll also include apprenticeship standards. Sometimes they've got hiring hall preferences as far as zip codes that they want to hire people out of to keep the money more local, keep the projects employing people from that community. So they're kind of interesting, and the CWAs, community workforce agreements, can be job specific, or they can be for the municipality and any projects that go through it. So there's a little bit of a difference between them and the project labor agreements, the PLAs. So, but either one is good for us. It's good for apprenticeship utilization, and it's good for quality contractors. So,
all right, let's take a step back a little bit. There's also things going outside the hall that affect us legislatively.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I can't stress that enough in today's society.
Yeah, I mean, nobody likes to talk about politics, but the thing about politics is, if you're not, just like anything else, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
Right.
So we have to be involved with it. And I want to be clear about one thing, and that is we are not Democrat. We are not Republican. we actually drill down on all the candidates and figure out who is actually voting for labor standards, who is favorable to the unions, who's favorable to apprenticeships, and safety standards always, right?
Mhm.
So, and we look at their voting records. We make sure that we're gonna back somebody. We're gonna support somebody that supports us and that will support us in the future. Because we're very involved up at the Capitol as far as pushing through legislation. Um, 1644 was one I actually got in my little head after an incident happened in the South, and we worked with our lobbyist and worked with one of our reps, and that was kind of unreal. We got that basically got her to sponsor the bill and get it through, and now the 16 and 17-year-old kids are being kept a little bit safer than they were before that bill was passed. So it's just we're trying to protect labor. We're trying to protect our craft, along with other crafts. Because, be honest, any of these good bills for labor are good for all the building trades,
Absolutely.
and also for the shitbag carpenters.
You
But
know, I actually had something come up in the apprenticeship talk the other day that kind of spoke to it. When you're saying we're not we're not R's, we're not D's, we are for candidates to support labor.
yep,
And the question was asked in the apprenticeship talk: have you ever endorsed a Republican?
absolutely, we have.
Absolutely, we have. And it was happened to be the one that is down in Longview running for an office right now. So yeah, we are not R's and D's. I can't stress that enough. But it was for the apprentice to hear that for the first time. I got a lot of O's, just oh, and it sunk in, and I thought that it was common knowledge, but apparently it's not. So it's very important to get that out there.
Well, I think the misconception is because we do back a fair amount of Democratic politicians, uh, that we are specifically Democratic. But however, the reason why we're backing them is because they are labor friendly, right? And it comes down to, and I'm not going to tell you how to vote. You can vote however you want. You figure out what is most important to you, and you make sure that you vote for whatever lines up with that. For me, my wallet, my pension, and the future of this trade is important to me. So therefore, I will drill down on those. If I can't afford ammo, what good are my guns, right? So that's where I'm at with it. And there again, I'm not going to tell you how to vote. I want everybody to do the research, right? We do our research and we drill down. We hold their feet to the fire too. If we support them, we have expectations out of them. So it's one of those deals where you have to educate yourself, and you're not going to get your education from Fox News or Facebook. You actually have to drill down and look at what bills are going through, and look at what the intent of those bills are. Um, if it says right to work, oh, right to work, that sounds good. Yeah, no, it actually should say right to work for less, which you know, they're going to be running that one at us again. And I heard that when I was back in D.C. Last week, that the IRAP, the attack on our apprenticeships, is also coming back again. So um, currently, we don't have a lot of friends in this administration, and we're playing pretty heavy defense right now. But you know, it is what it is. We gotta fight no matter who's in there. We're still gonna end up fighting. So
Right. Bottom line, this impacts our jobs. It impacts our memberships. So
well, voting has
it
consequences.
sure does.
And we're seeing that right now.
Yep.
So
All right, let's switch gears for a minute. Member highlight. We're kind of just announcing it right now. We're looking for for member nominations. Um,
yeah, we're looking for people in our industry that are leaders, right? That are making a difference, whether it be they're really good at their job or they're really good at taking care of their crew. Maybe they're doing something really cool in their community that's outside of work. We want to have people in our membership recognized for things that they're doing that are making a difference. So this is just an upcoming thing. Today, obviously later on today, we're going to recognize some of our membership that's here competing at this competition, which for those of you that don't understand how big of a deal the regional competition is, we've got basically 1/3 of the nation's best apprentices back here competing for this for the top 3 spots because well, that's where the prizes are, right?
Yeah.
So, but it's always a pleasure to be down here to interact with all the different apprentices, along with the leadership from the different locals. And if they make the podium, it's a special deal. But if they don't, they should still really really appreciate the experience.
So we'll have some interviews a little bit later with the apprentices for that. But we are looking for a member to highlight for
Yep.
every one of these podcasts. Just a little feel good story.
Yep. And then we always want to be very very conscientious of safety issues, right? The goal is to go to work and be able to go home happy, healthy, and with some money in your pocket at the end of the day. And back in the day, the safety was not what it is now. And I look at my apprenticeship class, and there's only a few of us left, and unfortunately, several of them left the trade because of career-ending injuries, because
Mhm.
we were a little more cowboyish back then than we are now.
We're a lot more cowboy back then.
Yeah, but everybody's got their own opinion on safety. But my idea is if you're being unsafe, you're endangering everybody else around you, not just you. So I don't appreciate it when somebody is not being safe on a job site.
Mhm.
They're endangering everybody else just because they're either want to be lazy or careless.
Yeah.
Right. So, and as we go through this, there's always things to drill down on depending on the season, right? If you're doing architectural in the winter, obviously the roofs are slick and fall protection is a must. And now we're rolling into the summer. Now it's going to be about hydration, proper clothing for the being out in the sun.
Mhm.
I don't know about you, but I've worked on stainless steel gutters and stuff, and just the reflection off of the stainless will actually give you a pretty good sunburn. So, sunscreen.
Right.
It's just one of those deals. Make sure you've got the proper PPE. Make sure you've got um, lots of water or Gatorade to hydrate with, and take care of yourself. Just
Right.
and recognize if somebody else is looking like they might be not drinking enough water, maybe getting a little heat exhaustion.
Yeah,
So,
look out for each other, right?
well, yeah, no, it's one of those deals where we got to protect our brothers and sisters
Right.
on the job site. So,
And it might be cliche to say, but safety is about your attitude towards it.
it
And having the positive out of the right attitude about safety is what makes it work.
well, having everybody go home at the end of the day safe is what
That's
makes
the
it worth
important.
it, right?
That's what. Yeah.
So that's important. You only get one body,
Yeah.
right? So take care of it.
All right, let's shift back inside. What do we have going on internally? Some of the team updates.
Oh, team updates. Well, honestly, right now with the out of work numbers where they're at, our focus has been trying to help the contractors, educate the contractors, if you will, and help them understand where they can utilize the organizational trust funds and the equity funds, which those two funds are a little different in how you can use them. So we're there again. The agents, our team has been going out to the jobs, out to the offices of our contractors, sitting down and explaining to them how this is done, right? Where you can use the funds for, how you can use the funds, what you can expect as far as help out of the
Mhm.
funds. And right now we've kind of loosened up our guidelines a little bit because if there's never a better time than right now to spend the money to get the hours to get our members to work. When our out of work lists are what they are, it's really important to get our guys off the bench. The other side bonus of it is if there's not a lot of work out there, it's also a real good time to starve out the non-union and make sure that we can pick those contracts up and keep away from them. And that also then opens up opportunity to organize because you're gonna have their hands looking for work, and if we've got the work, well, we might be able to draw them in too because it's always about giving people that have not been given the opportunity that we have the opportunity.
Right.
So organizing them in, and I think that's an important thing to talk about is really our members on the job site are the best organizers. They're working beside these people that are basically being deprived or denied of the benefits they deserve. So, you know, we talk about rats, we talk about non-union, but when we're talking negatively, it should be about the actual owners, not the people doing the work. They just
Right.
they don't know any better. They haven't been given the chance. So talk to those people when you're out there, right?
They are the best organizers.
Yep,
They really are.
absolutely. And if you find somebody that wants to know how to get in, give us a call. Send them to one of our organizers. Have them call me. We'll get them in. So they deserve the same opportunity.
All right. So that's what the team is focused on right now.
Yeah, pretty much. And I want to recognize one fact. We have a very, very new, fresh team. When I was asked to lead this team back in September, there were 9 out of the 15 that had been in their job less than a year.
Yeah.
Right? Whether
Yeah.
whether they had moved to a rep position from an organizer or they were brand new to organizing, and they've worked together well. The veterans have drilled down and helped train the we'll call them newbies, right?
Yep.
But
Yeah.
the team is clicking. Everybody is marching forward and doing a really good job. They've been doing several trainings to make themselves better at their job, and I couldn't be more proud of our team. Our team rocks. So
Right.
just know they're out there working hard for you guys, and if you see them, tell them thank you, please.
Yeah.
You don't
Thanks.
get that a lot.
No, we don't get it enough.
No.
Oh, so we do have some events coming up.
What do you got?
We got a lot coming up this summer. We got the golf tournament coming up. It's May
Golf.
16th. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Your feelings
Just-
on golf?
just so everybody knows, if I'm going to chase something around a green field, I'm going to kill it. So
Uh-huh.
golf is not my thing.
But you'll
but-
be there. Aren't you going to be there? The golf
I,
tournament?
I might be in a beer cart.
Yeah.
There's potential, but yeah, you won't see me with a club in my hand. That's for sure.
Well, that golf tournament filled up in about 2.5 days too. So for those that weren't able to get in, we apologize. We're working on a solution for that.
Well, and we have talked about that a little bit. I think what would be good, a good thing to set up is maybe a north end and a south end golf tournament, 2 separate golf tournaments.
Right.
Right. That way you've got room for more people, and you've got more opportunity for people to get involved, because it's fun to get out and have fun with other members, right? People that you run into people that you worked with 10, 20 years ago, right? So
Right.
it's good to see people off of the job site too, and get to have a little chuckle with them and,
Right.
and have a good time. So
It's by far our second largest event in the union, behind the next announcement, the final year of Wild Waves.
Yeah,
So-
we're gonna have to do some type of a tribute to that as it goes away, because that I know a lot of people look forward to that event. So
Right. So we are having that still August 1st.
make sure they're not coming for me.
Got some sirens going on in the background. We are live, huh? But
We'll still be here as long as the building's not on fire.
yeah, as long as we're not on fire, we'll continue here.
Perfect.
But August 1st, we have our Wild Waves coming up. It still comes with a towel. Admission's $15. It is our final year, because for those that have not heard, Wild Waves is closing after this summer and probably turning it into apartments. They're not saying, but I have my suspicions. So.
Yeah, I would say there's going to be some multifamily housing projects going on there.
Yeah, but we have usually 800 members show up to that every year. So flyers are out. Tickets are available. You can call the DuPont Hall as usual for those tickets, and we'll get that taken care of.
Right on. And then there's the Rainiers game,
I
which we expanded that a little bit, didn't we?
No,
No?
we were going to, but the our TD brothers and sisters didn't really want to. Their membership didn't want to pony up, so it's just going to be 66 there at the Rainiers game. But in order to get on that list, you have to show up at a union meeting.
Yeah, you're going to have to show up at a union meeting and go
Come
see
see
Kevin
me.
and let him know that you love coming to union meetings when you get your hands on Rainiers tickets.
Right.
So,
And I don't care if it's the only time you show up, but just show up.
well, I do. I want to see more people at our union meetings.
Yeah.
But there again, as we do these podcasts, when we get more of the questions coming from the membership, they'll be a little better informed than because a lot of them can't make it to a union meeting. I get it.
Yeah.
Life gets in the way, hours gets in the way, childcare is tough. I totally get it, but I want to make sure that's one of the purposes for this podcast is to give the membership another way to stay informed, and that's also why we've got the question and answer portion at the end where we can actually answer questions. We've got a website set up so you can email your questions in, and then at the next podcast we will do our best to address them. So
Yeah. That actually brings us right into the next segment,
it does.
Q&A segment. And we actually did have a leftover question from before that I think it's a really good question because I do get it a lot.
Okay, what do you got?
How does a member take journeyman upgrade classes?
Well, that's really depending on whether or not you have ever taken one before. If you've never taken one, you have to get your Total Track login set up. So that's probably the biggest hurdle, which is not a big hurdle. You get a hold of Eric Peterson, and he'll set you up with a login and get you on there. Navigating Total Track is not that difficult. It's actually a pretty good system. You can sign up for the classes on there. You can see the schedule for the classes on there. You can also go to the JATC's website, and they typically have the current class schedule listed there. And if you've got a Total Track set up, you can sign up on Total Track, or you can simply call in and talk to Dar or Angela, and they will put you in the class. But if you don't have a Total Track set up, that's the first step. You have to have it because you won't get registered in the class if you don't have a Total Track set up. So
Sounds good.
yeah.
All right.
So that was the only question we had.
For now, submit your questions to where is it? Where's that website that we submitted? There is a contact page on smw66.org, which you can submit them there. We do send out text blasts. If you respond to that text blast, somebody will actually read it, and we will get back to you. So you can also ask questions via the text blast if you're getting those. It's another way they can, or you can just call any one of your reps.
Well, and I
Up or something.
yeah, because honestly, we're
when I figured this
we're
out.
in Vancouver, and that web address is in my office up in Dubon. So I apologize for that. So there we
All right.
go. We weren't prepared, but we're trying here. So anyhow, we're going to cut out for now, and when we get our apprentices back, we will do a quick. Nope.
No.
Anyhow, we will do a quick interview with a couple of our apprentices when they get back from the competition, and and then we'll probably, once we see who's on the podium, we'll include a shot of the podium at the end of this. So anyhow, thanks for your time.
Sounds good. Thank you. All right. Interview one. Our apprentices. Who am I here with?
I'm Nate Wilder.
Nate Wilder. Where are you from?
Well, I'm at a local 66, so Everett, Seattle.
Everett, Seattle.
Yeah.
What year are you?
I'm a fourth year.
Fourth year apprentice. So why did you join the apprenticeship?
Well, I don't know if I'm being honest. I saw the pay scale and I thought that was really cool, and the benefits, and I didn't want to pay for college, so
Looked like a good option at
yeah,
the
it
time.
seemed like a really good option at the time.
Good. So why did you compete in the competition?
Well, so we had our local contest, and I didn't know I was competing in the local contest at the time.
Perfect.
And ended up taking third place. Got sent for industrial, and overall, it's been a good experience.
Good. Well, then, what was your favorite part about the competition?
My favorite part of the competition so far has been, getting to meet the new people from all around the region, right? And they seem like really good dudes, so kind of happy to just share that camaraderie.
Your brothers and sisters from a different part of the country you probably don't get much exposure to, huh?
Yeah, and they all have different eyes for things, so it's cool to see and hear what they do for work, and
Yeah.
for fun too.
Yeah, for fun too. Yeah. What do you like to do in your personal life? It's not all about
Yeah.
work here, huh?
Yeah, not always work.
So do you feel you gained something from this competition?
I do. Yeah. Sense of confidence, because I had no idea what I was going to be getting into, and then just finishing up the projects, I feel pretty good about it. It's kind of scared at first,
Yep.
and then I realized, hey, it's really nothing to be scared about. It's all stuff I've done before.
Right? Just
Yeah.
get the nerves out of the way, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, good. Well, good luck to you. Congratulations for your being here and just competing, and thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
Yeah. You want to put that on so you can hear yourself actually talking. All right, this will be really easy. Make sure you talk into the microphone directly.
Yeah.
in. Okay. All right, who am I standing here with?
My name's Sean Fuchs.
John Fuchs? John?
Sean.
Sean. Nice to meet you, Sean. Where are you from?
Spokane, Washington.
Spokane, Washington. What year apprentice are you?
I just turned out. During
Oh,
the
okay.
now. Yeah.
Very congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. So why did you originally join the apprenticeship?
I was just trying to find something different. I was doing landscaping before, and a buddy actually worked in the union and got me in. So,
Cool.
and I've loved it ever since.
Perfect. Why did you compete in the competition?
My instructor asked if I wanted to, and I was like, sure, why not?
Let's go for it.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of the competition?
Meeting everybody.
Meeting everybody,
Yeah.
all the people
Yeah.
from around the country
Yeah.
that you don't normally get to see.
Exactly. Yep.
Very
Yeah,
good.
it's nice to meet new people.
Do you feel you gained something from this competition?
I would say so. Yeah. I don't normally do stuff like this.
Yeah,
I'm a pretty nervous person.
that's fine. You built a network, if nothing else.
Right. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, that's all I got for you. I'll go
Sweet.
easy on you. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. I have to talk directly into.
Is there a
the
camera?
micro-
Can I
Yeah,
keep
there
it
is.
below the level?
I don't care. Yeah.
Right.
So, Joe, you just
Right. Yep. Sorry.
you just finished the competition.
I did.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Well, actually, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Josiah Oles out of Local 66,
What year apprentice are you?
4th year.
Fourth year. So, why did you originally join the apprenticeship?
Justin wrote me into it. I was working at Sierra Pacific in high school in their fab shop, and he was like, "Hey, man, you can do the same thing and make 4 times as much money." And I was like, "No shit." So
Sounded like a good idea.
yeah, it
huh?
sounded like a pretty good call. So I did the high school program, which is where you just take the first year of school, the summer after your senior year, and then they take the top 5. So
And you were one of the top 5 to get
yeah, I
in.
was the top.
That was tough.
I was the first.
Humble
place,
brag,
but
number
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Good
But-
job. So, why did you compete in the competition then?
Well, if I'm being honest, it was mandatory. But now that I'm here, I'm glad. But they ask you to come on a weekend. You just work 40 hours, 90 miles away from home. Normally, it's not something I do, but this year they made it the end of year 4th year test, so we had to do it.
Well, I
And,
appreciate you.
I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
It's been a good experience so far. I've met guys from other locals, that I never would have met before.
And
So,
and everyone has said that so far.
right.
So
Yeah.
highlight of the competition, huh?
Right.
So what was the favorite part of the competition then?
Meeting the guys.
Meeting the guys?
Yeah.
That's a fair answer, man.
The academic work was different. I mean,
Yeah.
and when you have 4 different locals all coming together, obviously we don't learn the same exact things because our markets are all
Right.
different. So I knew it wasn't going to be like our final end of year tests, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there was a lot of stuff in there that I studied a lot, and I didn't even nothing that I studied was on the test, So, and then the shop test, it's kind of easy, but again, those other guys don't do what we do, so it'd be unfair to cater it towards us.
Right.
And then
Kind of a mixture of what everyone else does
Right.
around, hopefully.
right,
That's the
yeah,
intent, right?
a little bit of everything.
Good. So do you
Right.
feel you gained something from this competition?
Yeah, I got to meet some guys. Like I said, academically, it wasn't the most challenging thing ever. Like I think our 4th year end of year test was significantly harder than this, but you still got to show up, and then
Mhm.
you're showing up hungover,
Some of them.
because there's, like I said, 4 different locals here, and they're all trying to get you drunk all night long. So you got to battle through that,
May or may not be a local strategy.
right? And you got to keep your composure all, for
These
2
apprentices are learning.
straight- Yeah.
They're learning our strategies.
Right.
Good.
I got asked 4 times if I wanted to take shots last night, and I was like, absolutely not. Yeah.
Well, good job, Joe.
Right.
All right. Well, thanks for letting me interview you, and thanks
Yep.
for competing, Joe.
For sure. Yep.
Thank you for listening to Voices from the Hall. Join us next time when we sit down with another 66 rep as we discuss what's going on in the local. Please visit the smw66.org contact page to submit questions or spotlight nominations.